What's up, y'all, man? Welcome back to another episode of the 3829 podcast, man. If you don't know, I'm your host, Trey. And before we jump into it, make sure you hit that like, that comment, and that subscribe button. And without further ado, let's jump into the pod. All right, y'all. I just wanted to talk to y'all about, the last 2 days of the NBA. Obviously, class is back in session. The NBA is back, man, and it's the most wonderful time of the year, man. Most wonderful time of the year. Forget Christmas. This is the best time of the year for a guy like me. Now, first, we're gonna talk about the OKC versus the Rockets, man. I feel like some questions were answered on one side and some questions were raised on the other. For the Thunder, obviously they won the championship last year. So one question is, are they still gonna be able to be dominant? And based off of NBA predictions, the Rockets were supposed to be the best team and are expected to be the best team in the West. Second best team in the West, I'm sorry. Second best team in the West. Thunder are still supposed to be the first best team in the West. Based on last night's game, obviously the Rockets still need to work on chemistry. It's KD's first game there, and they're down Fred VanVleet. But the Thunder played a good game. Obviously, they had their moments where they seemed to struggle, but and all in all, they were able to pull it together at the end, and they were down J-Dub. You get what I'm saying? And I think that the fact that they were able to pull through that game in a double overtime game without J-Dub, I think that speaks volume. You get what I'm saying? Now, for the Thunder, I don't understand how not for the Thunder, for the Rockets, I don't understand how you go into two overtimes and KD only gets up 16 shots. That's unacceptable. That's unheard of. You go what I'm saying? And you could see that KD wanted the ball more and he just did not receive it. So I don't know what needs to happen, what bonding y'all need to do, but KD needs to get the ball when and I feel like he definitely should have got it on that last shot. Like I feel like the play design was terrible. It's terrible play design for the last shot of the fourth quarter, possible game winning shot. You had Şengün set a screen for KD, which basically had you switch Dort and Chet. So Dort went on the Şengün and Chet went on the KD. I don't feel like that's not saying that those guys can't score on those guys, but in a 2 second possession, those aren't favorable matchups. That's just my honest opinion. And then Reed Shepherd and Jabari Smith Jr. just look lost on the 3-point line out there. Like they just walked to their spots like it was no effort. Like we understand that y'all probably were not supposed to get the ball, but I mean, show a little bit of intensity, make the defense think that you may be getting the ball, force somebody to focus on you out the corner of their eye a little bit. You get what I'm saying? I just wasn't I wasn't impressed with the Rockets, and I definitely think that they still could have won if Amen Thompson was able to finish out the game. I definitely think that could have impacted the outcome, but we could have coulda woulda shoulda all day long, but the only coulda woulda shoulda is what Tyrese Halliburton coulda did in that game 7 and what shoulda happened as the outcome of the NBA finals last season. If you ain't talking about that, then I don't want to hear it. Now for the next one, man, I wanted to talk about the Lakers and the Warriors, man. So Lakers and the Warriors, I feel like that did the same thing. Answer some questions and raise some questions on the other side. But it's flipped though. The questions was answered is yes, the Lakers still have a depth issue. Marcus Smart doesn't answer any questions, and honestly, I'm not sure if I really dislike Marcus Smart on the Lakers because of him trying to break Stephen Curry's arm, or he didn't play great either. But I don't know. I just don't feel like that's a good fit over there. I mean, Luka put up 43 and y'all lost. You get what I'm saying? That's not a I don't know. That's not how you keep stars over there. I know that for sure. So you definitely need to work something out and get some depth over there. Like one, I don't feel like you gonna not to knock Austin Reeves, but I don't think that you gonna even be able to depend on him consistently for the 23 that he gave you. You get what I'm saying? So for you not really gonna be able to depend on Austin Reeves for that, and then you definitely not gonna be able to depend on Luka for 40 every single night. Not saying that he's not somebody that could put up 40, but like that get draining, especially when you gonna have like he dang near put up a 40-point triple double in a loss. So are you telling me that you expect him to put up a 40-point triple double every single game? And I'll be honest, even if LeBron had played, I don't think that the Lakers win that game. Now on the other side, the questions that was raised for the Warriors is, have we kind of been sleeping on them? Like obviously we know that Steph Curry and Jimmy are getting older, but I wasn't seeing you dang near didn't see signs of age. Now, obviously, Stephen Curry didn't have the greatest shooting night, but you could tell he wanted to light up Marcus Smart, and sadly, he didn't have the greatest shooting night, or he probably would have did what Tyrese Halliburton was finna do in games. No, I was playing. Let me leave it alone. Let me leave it alone. Let me leave it alone. But nah, for sure. So like, I definitely think that we may have overlooked the Warriors. They were predicted to be, I believe, 6 by the NBA GMs or NBA execs, and I think that they could possibly mess around and be like a 4 seed. I know that's not the biggest jump, but in the West, that's a jump. You get what I'm saying? Being the 6 seed playing the 3 seed versus being a 4 seed playing a 5 seed, that's a big difference, especially come playoff time. All right, next I just wanted to spend a second talking about the Knicks versus Cavs. That was another good game. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I will say the Knicks. I'm not a Knicks fan. Y'all know I'm a Pacers fan, so I'm really a Knicks rival. But I do appreciate. I do like their team. Not the Knicks as an organization, but I do like the Knicks squad. You get what I'm saying? I am a fan of Mikal Bridges. I was before he got out there. You know what I'm saying? I liked him on the Nets, and I believe he played some. Did he play for the? No, he didn't play for the. He played for the Suns. He played for the Suns. That's where he used to play. He played for the Suns. Yeah, and I was a fan of him when he was on the Suns as well. Um, and then OG Anunoby obviously went to Indiana. I'm not the biggest fan of Brunson. I don't like his play style. You get what I'm saying? The man went 5 for 18 last night, but somehow still put up 23, and it's just because the refs like him. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Cat, he definitely still needs to work on this foul issue. You can't be having 2 boneheaded fouls within the first 5 minutes of the game. You get what I'm saying? Availability is the best ability. Simple. Simple. Outside of that, still I think that the Knicks did improve from last year. And I know the main move that we seen was the head coaching change, and then we seen Jordan Clarkson come over. And I think Jordan Clarkson, did look nice for the Knicks. And I think that Mike Brown I think the system that he's planning on implementing, I think it looks nice. We seen 11 players play in the first half yesterday. We did not see that with Tom Thibodeau. So that's definitely an improvement. And you were able to get the win without Jalen Brunson having the best night. You get what I'm saying? And that was something that, you seen that they struggled with last season, especially in the postseason against the Pacers. If Jalen Brunson didn't have a great night, then they didn't win. And he averaged a negative plus minus for the series, so they didn't win most of the games. You get what I'm saying? But on the flip side, I feel like the Cavs, they definitely could have won that game. Shout out to Donovan Mitchell. This man put up 21 points in the third quarter, and the Knicks only put up 22. So going into the fourth, it was 87-87. I definitely feel like they had a chance going down to the last second. I feel like, not to hate on Evan Mobley, he had a solid game, 4 for 8 from 3, but I feel like that last one that he took towards the end of the game was kind of boneheaded. I feel like even though Donovan Mitchell hadn't had the best shooting night, I feel like he could have got him a rhythm shot. Donovan Mitchell could have got a rhythm shot, or you could have swung it back over to Sam Merrill, who had just knocked down 2 before that. You get what I'm saying? Did you not see what the Pacers did to the Knicks? Like, it was fine Aaron Nesmith. Find Sam Merrill. Like, it's simple as that, bruh. But yeah, not to dog, bro. He had a good game, but I just felt like the shot that he took wasn't in rhythm. And I understand that the clock is winding down, but one, you took too much time off the clock trying to get your shot, and it wasn't a rhythm shot. I feel like you could have found somebody else with a better look. Now, this is the last game I got a chance to pay attention to, and it was a good one. Depending on how you look at it, it was a good one for Wemby. I know that. That man came out there and put up 40, 15, and 3 blocks, bruh. And he shut down AD. AD put up 22. I think it was 22. He put up 20 plus. No, he did put up 22. He put up 22, but he was 7 for 22. That man was struggling. Wemby had that boy on lockdown. I mean, honestly, I'll be honest. The Mavericks didn't look great as a whole conglomerate, if we're being real. Cooper Flag had a highlight, almost had a highlight. He almost had the greatest first bucket of all time. And then he started chasing them things because he caught an ISO on Wemby, and I just don't know in what world that would be smart. So yeah, I feel like maturity. I don't know what he was doing. Like, you feel me? The first one, you on transition, you get a lot. Oh well, you missed it. You get what I'm saying? But ISO on Wemby, that I don't care who you are. I don't care if it's LeBron. Not last night. Don't ISO Wemby last night. You get what I'm saying? Not last night. But we seen Dylan Harper last night for the first time. 15 points from him, I believe it was. Let me double check. Gotta have the notes on that thing. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Let's see. Oh, that got me, didn't it? Stephon Castle put up 22, 7, 6, 2 steals, but he did have 5 turnovers, sadly. And then we seen 15 points, 4 turnovers, and 5 fouls from Dylan Harper. You know, we got to talk about your 15 points, but we do got to call you out for, you know, your missteps, and, you know, just I'm sure Coach done brought it up to you, and I know you ain't gonna see this, but we got to talk about where you can improve. You know what I'm saying? Now, Cooper, 4 for 13 from the field. Clay, 4 for 13 from the field. D'Lo, 1 for 6 from the field. We got to be better. Now, I do want to throw some honorable mentions. You know, some other players had some big games. Tyrese, sadly, it wasn't Halliburton, but Tyrese Maxey went out there, dropped 40.6 assists. VJ Edgecombe in his very first NBA game. Go ahead, give him the Rookie of the Year right now. No, I'm just playing. It's too early. But VJ Edgecombe dropped 34-7, 3 assists, and 1 steal. Joel Embiid, this is not an honorable mention, but I got to bring attention to this. This man was 1 for 9 with 2 points in 20 minutes of work. Philadelphia, he is robbing, y'all. He is out there robbing, y'all. Y'all beat Boston by 1 point. If Joel Embiid would have showed up, it wouldn't even have been a close game. And then last but not least, Anthony Edwards, 41.7 rebounds and a block. Man, shout out Ant-Man. Whew. Man. Now, I do want to, just so y'all don't think I'm not in tune, I do want to shed some light on some stuff that was brought to my attention. Only reason I'm not doing a deep dive on it and we're not getting a whole podcast episode right now is because it was brought to my attention by Don. So we're going to save it till Don hop on the pod with us again, and we're going to get into it when he back on here. But if y'all don't know what I'm talking about that Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier, bro. They can't stop gambling. Allegedly. And let's not forget that Gilbert was just caught up on the same type stuff, allegedly. Now, Chauncey and Terry, I'm not gonna say I'm not too familiar with y'all game. I'm not the necessarily biggest fan. I ain't a hater or nothing, but I ain't necessarily the biggest fan. But Gilbert, bro, that one hurt. That one hurt. Because I love Gil's Arena. You feel me? That was one of the things that, you know, made me want to start the podcast. So I hope that this man is able to get cleared on all charges. I know that he was released, but I hope he is able to get cleared on all charges and everything. But yeah, Terry and Chauncey, they back under the. Well, I don't know if Chauncey was under investigation before, but Terry is back under investigation by the FBI, and I believe that the FBI had cleared him earlier in the year on the other gambling stuff. So maybe they gave him the okey doke, make you think you good, and then you keep messing up. But like, it's like, dang, y'all, I don't. And we need to investigate Michael Porter too. We need to investigate Michael Porter. Not only for his comments on that podcast, but I done seen some film. I done seen some camera work. I think he be gambling too. You know, Jonte Porter was his brother. Let's get to the outro. I'm out here snitching. All right, y'all, that's going to do it for this one, man. Make sure y'all hit that like, that comment, and that subscribe button. Be sure to share it with someone that you think would like it as well. if y'all want some more content, man, then me and Ice went over the NBA predictions, or what the GMs thought they predictions was, and then we threw ours in there as well. So that's gonna be right over here. It's gonna be right here. Okay? Oh no, it ain't gonna be right there. It's actually gonna be on that side. My bad, y'all. It's gonna be right here. So make sure y'all tune into that. Make sure y'all show that some love as well. Until next time, man, I'm out.